low. As the Marines come out, they are able to focus down the remaining Mutalisks, but now we have Roaches coming out for Kyrix, and he also has level 1 missile attacks coming out for those Roaches, as well as Roach Speed about to finish, 20 more game seconds. And these Roaches are going to be very good against the Thor. Thor taking 3 shots to take down those Roaches, and the Roaches doing a full 16 damage to this Thor. Very powerful. The Thor trying to be repaired by the SCVs, pulling more and more units off the line to repair this Thor, and the Thor coming back from the dead there. But all of this is going to really interrupt the income of Foxer. He's just on 450 minerals per minute, as it does get a little bit higher now that he just start mining again. But the Zerg player firmly in control. See a second Thor about to come out. These Roaches going to do their best to bust down the front door. Roaches on the ramp giving sight to the Roaches down below, and the Thor is just able to attack one Roach at a time, so no AoE for the Terran player, and these Roaches are going to be able to start pouring into the main as soon as this barracks goes down. He has pulled off a number of SCVs, the barracks does go down, now the SCV is going to try to get a surround on the Thor and keep it repaired. Both Thors being attacked here. This one Thor very low, about 1/3 health, about 10% health, down to 40 health. The SCV is doing its best to keep it alive. 2 Thors pounding away on these Roaches. This Thor looks like it's turned a corner here, now will be repaired completely. As we see 17 kill Thor and 14 kill Thor, shutting down the front door pressure from the Zerg player. Now trying to focus down a few Overlords as well, and just try to do anything they can to disrupt the game of Kyrix. At this point, Zerg in firm control, is on 3 bases, does have the income advantage, 32 workers to 17, cut a lot of workers and a lot of drones to produce Zerglings and units to try to counterattack there. So Foxer could sneak back into this game with use of mules. He does need to get an expansion up. He really has no second step at this point. Is trying another drop with this Thor. So we'll see how successful he's able to be with these Thors, just constantly dropping. Could pick off just this Queen here. No other units in the main. Queen trying to run away, down to 2 hit points. Get another pickup from the medevac. Going to be able to move that Thor a lot faster than on its own. See a few Mutalisks coming out, trying to establish a bit of air control. Is Kyrix, so he can shut down these drops. Again, no command center yet for the Terran player, just working off this one base, and he's about to be mined out. Some of these minerals down to 200 minerals left on these patches, and he's just down to the 7 patches as well. So those mules can chew through patches pretty quickly if you were just on the one base. We do have 3 Thors now. Just the 2 medevacs, a second about to complete. Zerg establishing the gold expansion. If he's able to get that up and running, I'm not sure that Foxer's going to be able to keep up in the economic game. He's already 1 base behind, does not want to fall a gold expansion behind as well. Now we see dual medevacs moving out with Thors here. He is going to see this drop coming with those Overlords well placed between the 2 bases. Now these Mutalisks are going to work on the medevac, perhaps taking it down before it can drop that Thor. Going to be able to get that drop on the Thor. Mutalisks doing their best to focus down that medevac. Wants to take any sort of guaranteed damage he can. And now the Thor is just stuck in the base, just the 1 medevac at this point, and the Terran really has no second step, now just getting up a late command center, but we'll see what kind of saturation Kyrix is able to get on this gold. He is up to 38 workers, so again, not as many workers as we'd like to see on these 3 bases. He is focusing a lot on army at 2375 compared to the 1650 of his opponent. Some more medevacs coming out, more of the same for Foxer, about to complete this command center as well. See the units streaming out for Kyrix, going to establish this map position as we see a drop on the high ground. This Thor going to be able to fend off these Mutalisks. It has very long range with those missiles. Mutalisks just with the 3 range, and if they come in clumped up, the Thor is going to be able to do a lot of damage to them. But again, these are all delaying tactics. If Foxer's able to get up this second base and get it saturated and defended, perhaps with a bunker or 2, to try to fend off these Roaches, he can get back into this. He's a little bit behind. He does not have much in the army, 2,000 compared to the 3,300, and income just on 27 workers compared to the 41, and he's just on basically 1 mining base plus an extra 3 mineral patches, whereas the Zerg player is well spread out. One thing with that low saturation that Kyrix did have, he's not going to be mined out in any of these 3 bases quite yet. We do see roaches moving out here. They are going to try to focus down these Thors. The Thors need to be repaired by the SCVs, perhaps pulled off the line. No SCVs being pulled yet. Thor repositioning there with that medevac, and 3 Thors going down so quickly to those roaches, and Foxer reads the writing on the wall and gives a GG to his opponent. So Kyrix, well played in these games, able to macro up to fend off any sort of early pressure from that Thor drop, able to get on these 3 bases and then push out with a rather large roach army, keeping Foxer contained, applying counter pressure, forcing him to create Marines and Thors rather than getting up an expansion. And very impressive series by Kyrix, as this is the 3rd TVZ I've cast with Foxer in this tournament, and he's been so strong in the previous TVZs. He did abandon his Marine micro along with the Marauders a little bit in this series, as he did not use Marines. Really would have liked to see him use those in the second game, as he does try to even up the series, but in the end those failed Thor drops at the beginning, not getting a good surround in the main of Kyrix with those SCVs. And then the second attack in the natural, I thought might have been able to be effective, coming with the 2 Thors, the 10 SCVs, and a few Marines. But the Zerglings were able to stream by the SCVs and deny them surface area on the Thors to repair. So those Thors went down so quickly to the combined pressure of the Zerglings and the Mutalisks, and then Fox was just not able to recover and get his economic game going and really start massing units. Just sort of relied on QT tricks with the Thors and the medevacs the entire game, and Kyrix did a superb job defending it and just playing defensively and eventually pushing out when he knew he had the solid advantage. So pretty good finals here for this GSL All-Star Invitational Tournament prior to GSL Season 3. We'll see whether both players are able to make a splash in the upcoming season. Foxer coming up as the runner-up in GSL Season 2 to Nesty. I'm sure he is not happy with that, and maybe going home to practice his Marine micro. There could have been a little bit of second guessing on his strategy in this game, but we will see him moving forward, and hopefully you enjoyed this series. If you want more SC2 action, more GSL prelim action here, as well as other tournaments, check out my channel Matron Starcraft at youtube.com. Leave a comment. Let me know how you thought the players played and what you thought of the commentary, the picture-in-picture, all the new features I'm trying to experiment with. So thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.